Make sure you are turned to Nevada in your book. Now, where in the United States is Nevada? Who knows? Just off the top of your head. Nobody knows? Allison, about where is Nevada? No? You don't know? It's out toward California. It's towards the west. Okay? So, where'd my map go? There it is. See this state right here? It kind of looks like a square and then the end is chopped off right here. This is Nevada. Here's California. So it's right beside California. All right. So, first thing you underline is the third sentence over towards the end of the paragraph. Nevada has 3 land regions. You guys can go back and color those land regions later, but do make sure you do that. And then make sure you go onto your map at the beginning of your book and label your state. Okay. Make sure you guys are keeping that up because that helps when it comes time for your tests. Good job, Zay. To be able to practice. Okay. That's the whole point of those. All right. Second paragraph, underline the first sentence. The Columbia Plateau is a small section along the eastern half of the northern border. Make sure that is underlined. And then underline the next sentence. Hold on. Carson's mom's trying to sign her in. Underline the second sentence. This region has deep canyons and steep ridges cut by rivers and streams. If you notice, the Columbia Plateau is just up in the top right-hand corner of Nevada. So it's just a small area. And it's pretty cool because apparently that area had a volcano because underneath the surface is lava, rock, bedrock. Pretty cool. Okay, next paragraph. The Sierra Nevada is a rugged range of mountains that cuts across the western corner of Nevada. Underline that sentence. I think we're going to get Carson in. There she is. Good morning, love.
Hi.
All right, we're in geography.
Got it.
Okay. Underline Nevada has 3 land regions in that first paragraph. And in the first paragraph, underline the first 2 sentences. On the third paragraph, underline the Sierra is a rugged range of mountains that cut across the western quarter of Nevada, and this area with its mountains and lakes is a major attraction for tourists and vacationers. So the Sierra Nevada range is even small than the Columbia Plateau, but there is a very um, beautiful place in the Sierra Nevada area called Lake Tahoe. And that's where a lot of people go skiing and boating, and it's just a real touristy area. All right. Now, the largest region is very obvious, isn't it? The basin and range region. So make sure you write largest beside that paragraph. And then underline the first two sentences. The basin and range region covers most of the state. And there are more than 150 mountain ranges running north and south through this region. And then underline the last sentence in that paragraph. Hot springs and geysers in this region come from dying volcanoes. So apparently there's some dying volcanoes in that region. Lots of mountains. Okay, everybody get that? All right. Next page, borders and geographical features. Underneath the first dot, make sure you guys go back and label your map on this one as well with the state and the capital. No, not this one. This one's the state and number. It's the number 36. Okay, underneath the first dot, just underline the first sentence. A small section of Nevada's southeastern boundary is formed by the Colorado River. Okay, so what it's talking about is this little corner right here of Nevada. This is the Colorado River. So make sure you label that. Okay. Now, skip down to the second dot. 3 lines down over towards the middle. It says all other rivers in the state empty into the Great Basin. Underline that. And then underline a desert area that covers most of Nevada and extends into the neighboring states. So all the other little rivers in Nevada, and there's too many of them to show, especially because of all the mountain ranges, but all of the other little rivers and things within the state of Nevada, they all end up here in this area, in the basin area. Okay. Most of Nevada's rivers are only actually flow between December and June, because between December and June is the wet season for Nevada. Okay, and then underline, they empty into inland lakes or low water reservoirs called sinks. During the summer, as water evaporates from the sinks, they become salty mud flats or dry lakes. So underline that stuff. Under the third dot, did everybody get that? Okay, under the third dot, underline the first sentence. The longest river in Nevada is the Humboldt River. Skip a sentence and then underline the next sentence. The Humboldt River ends in a dry basin known as the Humboldt Sink. Okay, so this large river right here is the Humboldt River, and that little circle at the end of it, that is the Humboldt Sink. Make sure you guys label that. Zay, did you already do it? You look like you're bored. Okay. Third dot. Underline the first three sentences. One of the nation's most scenic lakes is Lake Tahoe. Remember, that was the lake I was telling you about. Only part of the Lake Tahoe lies in Nevada. The rest lies in California. The Truckee River connects Lake Tahoe with the Pyramid Lake to the north. Okay. Everybody see mine? Can you read it? Liam, can you read it? No. It's that one. See, there's Lake Tahoe. See how most of it's outside of the state line? And then that's the river. The Pyramid Lake. And then that's the river, Lake Truckee. All right. Fifth dot. Underline the first two sentences. Lake Mead is an artificial lake in the southeastern Nevada. It was created by building of the Hoover Dam on the Colorado River. So this right here is the Colorado River. This is Lake Mead, right at the top of it. So make sure you label that. And then the other most interesting, I think, fact about this state is on the last dot, first sentence, the federal government owns 83% of Nevada. So they own almost the whole entire state. Washington does, basically, the federal government. They have a lot of. Have you ever heard of the some people talk about a place called Area 54? No. Well, Area 54 is this area of land out in the desert of Nevada that the government built for scientific experimenting, and a lot of what they call alien projects, things that come out of space. When they fall out of space, they would take them to this Area 51 to try to figure out what they were, and a lot of military testing goes on there with bombs and things that blow up because it's all desert area out there and you can't get a whole lot to grow, and so it's just what? Abby's trying to correct me and say it was Area 51. 51, 54. I'm pretty sure it's 54. Anyway, it's all big military stuff out there. So the government owns most of that. And then they built the dam at the Colorado River to help get power to that area. Remember, you can have the power can be harnessed from water and converted into electricity. So that's what the Hoover Dam does. It converts the power from the water that runs from the Colorado River. All right, so let's talk about the major cities of Nevada. And there's only 4 major cities, even though Nevada is massive. So we're going to talk about 4 of them. The first one we're going to talk about in the first paragraph is Carson City is the capital of Nevada. So make sure you go down on that map and circle Carson City. We're on page 162. Jump down to the fourth line. Over to the end, it says Carson City attracts tourists because of its many places of historical significance. In 1859, silver was discovered at nearby Comstock Lode. Carson City grew quickly as a supply center for the miners. About 30 houses in Carson City still remain from the mining period. So those homes are over 100 years old and they're still standing from the mining time back in the 1850s. So 1959 would be 100 years. So 2009 would have been 150 years. So you're talking 160-year-old homes are still standing out in Carson City. Those pretty old houses. Okay, the next city that we're going to talk about is Las Vegas. Vegas, baby. Everybody knows Las Vegas, right? Everybody's heard of Las Vegas. Yeah. Okay, Las Vegas is the gambling capital of the United States. Las Vegas is Nevada's largest city and is one of the most popular tourist centers in the nation. Make sure that is underlined. Las Vegas is famous for its gambling casinos and its around-the-clock entertainment. It's kind of like New York. It's a city that never sleeps. Literally. I mean, you can eat buffet food up until all hours of the night, and then they flip it over to breakfast. Their buffets never close, it seems. All right, skip down to the fourth line in that paragraph. The city began when a railway line chose the grassy spot, which had several springs, as a water stop for its steam locomotives. Remember, a long time ago when they first built trains, they needed steam to run. So it was either they had water tanks and they heated the water, or it was wood burning, and that caused the trains to move. So Las Vegas, and if you look at it, it's down there near the Colorado River and the dam area, Lake Mead. So it's a real fertile area. It's real grassy and lots of water. Okay, next paragraph. Reno is Nevada's second largest city and is another major tourist center. Recreational facilities around Reno offer boating, downhill skiing, fishing, and water skiing. Okay, because Reno's right there on the Truckee River. You see that? So that's why it's full of recreational stuff to do, and it's near Lake Tahoe. Okay, last city that we're going to talk about is Virginia City. It is one of the most well-preserved old mining towns in the nation. Drop down to the next line. It was founded in 1859 after gold and silver were discovered nearby. Okay. So Nevada was founded on railroadway systems. Let me say that real good. And mining areas for gold and silver. Liam, you look so funny when you do that to your hat. All right, did everybody get that? Did everybody get all that underlined? Okay. Facts about Nevada. You ready? I thought I was missing somebody. Allison dropped off. That's who it was. All of a sudden, my whole screen changed. Ah, you're back.
There.
Back.
What happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, you were disappeared.
It was the internet.
It was. It dropped you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow's here. All right. So, Allison, what was the last thing that you got, honey? Unmute.
The city began when a railway line chose the grassy spot, which had several springs as water stopped.
Yes. Okay. So, on the paragraph for Narino, underline the first two sentences. And then in the last paragraph, underline the first sentence and the third sentence. All right. So now we're going to do facts. You ready to write? You guys write them, and what I'll do is I'll hand write them out like I did last time and take pictures of them to make sure you guys get everything that I tell you now, okay? But I'll do that later. All right. First fact. Federal government owns 83% of Nevada. So that's an important fact. Okay, it's listed there in our book, but I want you to list it again underneath your facts. Okay, next fact. It used to be illegal in Nevada for a person to drive a camel. Yes, Ben?
Are you gonna, is this gonna be on the video again?
Yes, Miss Callie. I can't hear you, love.
After you're done handwriting them, I'm going to print them, and then I'm going to put them in my book instead of having to try to write them.
Okay. Yes, Miss Reagan.
What was the first fact?
Federal government owns 83% of Nevada. And you can, shorten words like Fed, Gov, 83. And then you can abbreviate Nevada. Nevada's abbreviation is NV. Okay, second fact. It used to be illegal to drive a camel.
To drive or to ride?
Drive. I didn't know you drove camels. I thought you rode them too. But apparently it was illegal. All right. Next fact. The first railroad could not cross from California to Nevada until 18 tunnels were built through the mountains. They had to make 18 tunnels for the railroad just to go from California to Nevada next door. That's how big the mountains are between the two states. They had to make 18 different tunnels. That's crazy. That's a lot of tunnels. Yes, Allison.
You say it again.
Mm-hmm. The first railroad could not go from California to Nevada until they built 18 tunnels through the mountains. Ah, my nose itches. Okay. Next fact. Snow skiing was first done in Nevada in 1854. So the first person to snow ski was in 1854, and he was a mail carrier. And he made his skis out of 10-foot planks of wood. So he had a piece of wood, it was 10 feet long, and he strapped his foot onto it, and that's how he walked through the snow. So snow skiing was first done in Nevada in 1854. Now the next fact, I think I have never heard this in my entire life, and I've been around a long time. But there are two kinds of fish that are only found in Nevada and nowhere else in the world. Did you know that, Liam? You did? Wow, you're such a smart cookie. Okay, the first one, I'm going to write these words, their names down so you can. The first fish is can you see that? Okay. And I'm assuming that it is pronounced the Cuiui fish. Cuiui. It's a type of sucker fish. And it's only found in the Pyramid Lake. And then the second one is Devil's Hole pupfish. So these two fish are only found in Nevada and nowhere else in the world. I didn't even think that was possible. But pretty cool. All right. Important people. There was this man, his name is James Butler. Butler. James Butler. Okay. And in May of 1900, he was traveling through this area of land, and he fell off his donkey. And when he was looking for his donkey, he found rocks that had silver in them. And he became the first man to find silver in Nevada and became a millionaire. Okay? So I'm going to say that again. James Butler in 1900 found the first silver in Nevada? Okay. All right. Now the basic facts. Nevada, its abbreviation is NV, and it was the 36th state. So write that down. Its nickname is the Silver State. Okay, because more silver was found there than anywhere else. Okay. Its motto, all for our country. That's its motto. All for our country. Okay, its capital city is Carson City, and not spelled the way Carson spells hers. This one is just Car and Son. Carson City. Its bird is the mountain bluebird. You knew that too, Liam? No? Mountain bluebird. Its tree is the pine tree. The bristlecone pine tree.
What's the nickname?
The Silver State. And its flower is the sagebrush. 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 Okay, that's it for Nevada. Do you guys have any questions for me? Okay. Yes, Miss Reagan.
What about Nebraska?
I will probably get on in just a few minutes and record Nebraska, so you guys will have it tomorrow. I would like for us to do a state a day to get caught up. We're kind of a little bit behind, not much. But if we can do a state a day, that would be great. I know I've got it planned out on Homeschool Minder for a state every 2 days. But if we could get a little ahead, that would be great. That way we're not going right up until the end of like May 15th. Okay. So keep studying the maps. Keep trying to label it. I'm giving you guys 5 points extra on your tests if you can get them labeled. Next test, I'll try to see if maybe we can't start adding some capitals to it. I know that's harder for you guys to remember the capital and the state. Right now, let's kind of get the areas where each state is. Okay. So I put the rest of the work on Homeschool Minder for today. And That way you guys can finish any of the work.
Is it only language and math or no?
Honestly, I can't remember what's on there. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think like
Mom's
I think I broke science up to reading like a page or 2 pages every day to get it done.
Mom said I have math and language to do.
Look in my lesson plan book. Because I know I had geography planned. Help if I get on the right page. So math, I put on there for you guys. I put a couple of websites on there for you guys to go find some math games.